Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel, and this time we are going to be taking you to the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya. We got to the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya at around lunchtime, but our journey here started at around 6 in the morning, and this time it's a little different to how we usually do things because we took the train here and the staff here was really kind to us and gave us all the information that was needed to book the trains. And yeah, so even the transport from the railway station to the hotel was provided by the Grand Hotel. So we got here and we had a really interesting journey here, so let's take you right to the start. From the Grand Hotel, and that train ride was quite eventful. It was so nice, so beautiful scenery and everything, and I fell asleep also for a little bit, but not too bad. So we are here by like 1:15, and then we have to come out of the station after showing your ticket, and now we are on the way to the Grand Hotel. We are at the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya, and our welcome has been nothing short of grand. Well, wow, we've got some cheese toast, we've got some homemade chocolates, and as well as some fresh Nuwera Eliya strawberries with chocolate sauce and buttercream. So yeah, even this juice is from like I think passion fruit and mango. Is amazing. So yeah, we are off to a great start and we have so many things planned out, so we are really excited to take you on this journey with us. We are ready to dig in because we worked up quite an appetite, and also since our train ride from morning we really haven't had like a proper meal, so I am ready to dig into my Thai fish with nice steamed rice. And also they were really kind enough to give Gamith a nice little custom order as well. So yeah, we're gonna dig in. We had a lovely little walk of the entire hotel. It was really beautiful, and that took us I think about an hour because there's so much to see here that we're going to show you guys. And then we chilled in the room a little bit, had a nice little lovely evening tea, and it's getting nice and chilly, and also it's raining by the way. And After we got some work done, we are now coming down to have dinner at the tea lounge. But just before this, we shot something super interesting, so here it is. We are at the public bar at the Grand Hotel, and for a change I am actually behind the bar counter because I'm going to be helping the mixologist mix my drink. So we have Amila here with us, who's a mixologist at the public bar here at Grand Hotel. And tell us, so what are we going to be making today, and what are the techniques we're going to be using, and what's the drink going to be?
Good evening, Naamini, and welcome back to the mixology session with me. And I'm going to introduce new mix trend with the new gimmicks.
Right.
So what I mean, those are the new technique, which is bubble gun and the smoke matching and all infusions and bitters flavor, and those are all my innovations.
Alright, so there's gin, vodka and whiskey in the cocktail.
But you know, with the crystal ice, it balance, you don't feel around strong cocktail. Can we start?
Yes, for sure, let's start.
Ice in it. This is vodka. 25. And your color up and your drinks, so you make it like that. Okay.
This lighting of cinnamon, and then
Sure.
I think we could all share this. Quite strong, but it's also really like
Fruity.
tasty.
Literally, you will feel like a fruitiness.
And it's sweet.
Sweet. Yeah.
I hope you really enjoyed that session we had with Amila, and as you can see, the drinks have already arrived at our dinner table. The thing about Amila's drinks is that it's so deceivingly sweet, but you just absolutely don't know what hit you. But where we are here right now for dinner is really interesting because this is the tea lounge, and this gets converted into the fusion grill after 7 p.m. And as you can see, we already have cinnamon wood fire oven pizza on the table. So what's really interesting and something super sustainable that they do here is that they take all of the leftover firewood that you can use from the cinnamon industry, because all of that firewood actually just goes to waste and it's of no use. So they take it and then they convert it to firewood, and they cook their, or they like bake their pizza over the cinnamon firewood. So this entire area becomes so aromatic, and also your pizza becomes just that much more like appetizing to eat. It's amazing, and it's such a great experience, and they make everything from scratch, which makes your pizza just super fresh, and I'm just like getting mouth water because the smell is so amazing. And so we are going to dig in a bit. We're just waiting for Gamith's pizza to come. Good morning, we are here at the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya and in their beautiful garden. So we woke up at around 6 a.m. and it's around 14 degrees, so it's quite cool and chilly, and we thought for a change might as well get some mat time in because I never really get to move my body when we are traveling usually. So we are going to be taking you to their beautifully landscaped garden, putting down the mat and get the day started right. So let's go. Getting some movement in this weather really does help. And now we are heading to have breakfast also in the garden, but before breakfast there is a little bit of a nice surprise. So we have a detox butler here and he has prepped some lovely detox waters and a detox jelly that we are going to have before breakfast.
Hello ma'am, good morning.
Good morning.
So the detox jelly,
okay,
and these two detox water. This one herbal one,
okay,
coriander and garlic and dill seed.
Nice.
And this one fruits, so cucumber and pineapple and mint.
Okay.
So water.
Okay, I'll try the herbal one.
Right.
Oh wow, okay. Nice, thank you so much. It tastes like, so basically there's coriander, garlic and dill seed, and you can get the taste and the flavor of everything, but at the same time it's like just really like light, and I think it's a nice way to start it. So we haven't had tea yet as well, and just getting this detox water in is hopefully going to get my system up and running as well. So yeah, let's have breakfast after. after breakfast, we thought we'll take the time to take you through this very beautiful and prestigious hotel, which is the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya. And just to give you a little bit of a background of the place, this was originally the 5th governor of Ceylon's residence, who was Edward Barnes at the time. And the original structure dates back about 195 years. It was built in 1827, and the hotel was converted to a hotel much later on, so around 130 years ago. And the Nuwera Eliya Hotels Company Limited is the one that took the hotel over, and then they've added a few new wings as well. So now they have a total of 154 rooms. But there are some really interesting and really important places inside this hotel that we will show you, because walking through this entire property is going to make this vlog really long and you might get bored. But there are some really interesting places that I will take you guys to. So let's go. So this is the Red Lounge, and what's really special about the Red Lounge is that the hotel does not do any standing check-ins, meaning that once a guest checks in, they make sure they bring them over to the Red Lounge and you're comfortable and you're served with a welcome drink and everything while they sort out all of the necessities and the formalities of the check-in. So just to mention, the hotel has 3 areas as like lounges and lobbies. One as soon as you enter on either side, the Red Lounge and also the Piano Lounge. So we'll take you there. Just to add, everything you see in the Red Lounge is part of the original structure. So whatever you see here, the ceiling, the detailing and everything is basically from 1827. Piano Lounge in the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya is one of the most iconic places in this hotel, because everything you see here, from the ceiling to the mirror walls as well as the flooring, is from the original structure. So you can see that the woodwork is really interesting and they're ancient, almost 200 years old. And yeah, there's this absolute sense of like exclusivity and like royalty when you like walk in here. And yeah, this also leads to a really interesting part of the hotel called the Queen's Corridor, which we will take you to next after we show you around the Piano Lounge. We are at the Queen's Corridor here at the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya. So in this corridor they have displayed a photograph of some of the very notable guests that they've had the opportunity of hosting here. So you can see a picture of Queen Elizabeth and as well as Prince Philip. So they've had Queen Elizabeth for Haiti, as they mentioned to us today earlier. And also really interesting, they've had the first man to be in space, Yuri Gagarin, at this hotel as well, Carrie Fisher. And walking further down you can also see Sir Roger George, 007, as well as Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit, Gamith Dissanayake. Then on this side you have Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, as well as Nehru. So you can imagine the kind of history this place holds. And walking further down you can see some of very iconic Sri Lankan cricketers such as Aravinda De Silva, Sanat Jayasuriya, Kumar Sangakkara, Mahela Jayawardena, Arjuna Ranatunga, as well as Muthiah Muralidharan. And also they have had the iconic Jeffrey Bawa here as well. And walking further down you can see that there are so many other guests who've been here, including some of the very iconic Sri Lankan politicians as well. And yeah, so the Queen's Corridor basically shows a lot of these very notable people that they've had here, and I think it's a really interesting place for you to come and see. Once you come down the Queen's Corridor, you will be led by these beautiful antique doors into the public bar. And this public bar, as you can see, looks really ancient, and it really is. So to give you an idea, nothing about this place has been changed. So everything you see inside here is from its original structure, including the stools that are here, the bar stools, the bar counter, the drinks rack, everything is from the original structure. And something really interesting is that this was also used as a cigar lounge back in the day. So as you can see, the original color of the paint was a pale cream, which you would see up there. But over time, because there's been a lot of cigar smoking inside, the roof has got this really like dark burgundy like color, and they've kept it as is because it kind of adds a little bit of like an essence from that time. So once you walk a little further down, you might be able to see the little grill here, which is why it gets its name as the public bar. Because back in the day, so when Edward Barnes was around here, there used to be locals who would come towards that grill, and then he would give them their hot arak bottles through that grill. So that's why this is called the public bar. And another interesting thing that you would see inside the bar is right here this beautiful photograph from when Hugh and Elsie Smith came to Sri Lanka in 1927, which was when 100 years after this structure was built. They came to the Grand Hotel for their honeymoon. That's the two of them right here. And about 5 years ago, Elsie Smith's great-great-granddaughter had come down to Sri Lanka and gifted this really invaluable photograph to the hotel. So yeah, you can see why this bar is like such a relic in the hotel. And also this bar happens to be one of the oldest bars in the country. When you walk through the public bar, so there's a little door that leads to this really beautiful billiard room, and you can see 3 billiard tables here in this billiard room. And what's really interesting is that these billiard tables date all the way back to I think 176 years as of right now. And you can see on the side there is the maker of the billiard table, which is Burroughs and Watts. So Burroughs and Watts is the original maker of billiard boards all the way back from London. So the governor, Edward Barnes, had brought them down, and even this score board that he had maintained from the time is Stevens and Sons, made in 1830. And all these little knobs and stuff that you can see on the scorecard are made of ivory. And something even more interesting is that the billiard balls that he had played with are all made of ivory as well, and they're here on display. Obviously not in use anymore, but they are there for display purposes. And then you can also see the table iron here, which dates again is way older than 100 years, and that is right here, and they still use it to iron the cloth on these billiard tables. And you can also see the cues that the governor had used at the time to play billiards. So yeah, so much history going on right in this room. It's really interesting to see the kind of things that have happened. And also something really interesting is that from London they had used the ship to get it to India. So there's 3 billiard tables, as you can see. They had brought it to Sri Lanka via boat, and then from Colombo to Nuwera Eliya they had brought them to the hotel on elephant back. And each of these billiard tables are said to be around 2 tons in weight. So yeah, really interesting how they did things back in the day. And again, this structure also is something from the original building. So we are in the last part of this tour of the beautiful Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya, and I saved the best for the last because this very room that we are walking through right now is believed to be the place that the Grand Hotel in Nuwera Eliya hosted the Queen of England for Haiti in 1956, and to commemorate that, they also have a beautiful painting here at the back where it shows how the Queen and her family was here for Haiti back in the day. And also on the opposite side you can see some of the things that they used, such as the actual kettles and little things that they use for Haiti. So they have also put all of that on display, and even on the other side you can see the silverware. So yeah, this hotel truly has so much history in it, so much of artifacts in it, and yeah, it's just a must visit in my opinion.